Hi everybody, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate all of the support and feedback that I've received so far. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you for any private readings. Do not fall for anyone that tries to solicit for private readings, claiming to be me. I do offer private readings, and that information can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, but I will never ever contact you first. This is a love reading for the sign of Aquarius. But the love reading for me can encompass romantic love, familial love, friendship love, soul tribe love. So, you know, I never really know until it happens. There's a lot of YouTube readers that do strictly love readings, but it's just not how Spirit channels to me what they channel, and so I can call it a love reading. But if they want to talk about your career, we're going to talk about your career. But I have asked Spirit that this is a love reading of some kind. So the cards have been pre-shuffled, but I never choose. I always shuffle and let the cards fly out or flip over. We got 4 cards so far. So 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards to clarify. One more. Okay, I hope that everybody is doing well and that you were able to channel for or manifest for the 8-8 portal that was just opened for us, the Lionsgate portal. I can't remember if I told you what decks I was using. I don't think I did. We're going to be using the Tarot of the Abyss, a beautiful black and white deck. And for your oracle card at the end, I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Alchemy. I think I got a little too excited for your reading. I forgot to... Did I do that? Now I can't remember. We're not going to go back. It's not about perfection. It's just about getting the message out. Spirit's kind of laughing at me right now. Okay, it's fine. You got the King of Swords. Usually I attribute this to Gemini energy, but it has been known to be attributed to Aquarius and to Libra. No matter what, it's an air energy. So for the first card out, I mean, really shows that we're in your element. In this row, this is, or rather column, this is your current circumstances. So King of Swords is an authority figure. So somebody that's kind of a person that's in control, that has a lot of credentials, that kind of knows what they're talking about. We can see over his head, it's this very bright orb of light. It's kind of like downloads and information. Air signs are very, very cerebral. You can see in the background, I love this card because there's a big labyrinth in the background, and it's like the King of Swords has mapped it all out, and he's going to find the quickest way from A to B. You know, so there's always some kind of strategy going on with the King of Swords. He's very, very concerned with clear communication, with clarity in general, and thinking things through in a very rational way. So what's clarifying this is the Six of Wands. I do believe that this card has showed up in the past 3 readings I've done, so that's not a coincidence. I shuffle massively before I even turn on the camera, and then I shuffle again. So the fact that this card showed up, it's, you know, it's one of these lingerers. So there's some cards that, and the King of Swords is definitely one of them. And I also watch tarot on YouTube, and so the King of Swords has showed up in many, many readings across YouTube that I watch. So there was a huge concern in the collective about clarity, about getting it right and knowing what we're talking about. So clarifying it though is that Six of Wands energy, which normally in the upright would talk about a kind of victory, success, public recognition, and right now you got it in the reverse. So in your current circumstances, maybe there's a situation, a love situation, where you've put a lot of time and investment and forethought into your relationship or this connection of some kind. Could be familial, take it as it resonates. I don't know why. I don't understand the thrill behind just having an obnoxiously loud engine. But as I said in all the readings that I've had to hear these through, and that you guys have had to hear them, I don't take for granted all of the things that happen around me while I read tarot. So the fact that it was such a loud revving of that engine that it almost was like a lion growling, right? I don't know how it sounded to you, probably really annoying. It was very annoying to me, but it sounded like a lion growling. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo or if there's just this frustration that you put a lot of forethought into something, but you're not getting that victory. You're not, and if, you know what, I really saw a very specific example, somebody doing research, like if you have a partner or a spouse, and like, let's say you want to buy a new house, and you have researched and made some phone calls and crunched the numbers, and et cetera, and you go to your partner and you say, okay, on Saturday, I think we should look at these 5 houses, and there's just like no response, or just, I don't feel like it, let's just, you know, like, let's just stay home. That kind of energy of just all of your hard work is kind of being neglected, ignored, cast aside. It's pissing you off. Something's pissing you off. That engine that went off, it just felt like a roar. It felt, and you know, air signs, I mean, Aquarians I know are pretty wacky. Don't take offense to that. I've known a lot of Aquarians, and they kind of have a wacky side, but they have a roar. And they get mad. It's not just that they get mad, it's like the way they get mad is very, very sharp. Much like the end of this sword. So it's not just being like, I don't like you anymore. It's more like, let me tell you how you're absolutely incompetent. It's like that. It's like when an Aquarius has to bring it out, because they're free spirits. You're free spirits, right? Like peace, love, harmony. You're just trying to like march to the beat of your own drum and like have your vibe. But when you have to put somebody in their place, it's like you had a whole Rolodex in your brain of all the things you need to say to put that person in their place. So a little bit of frustration I'm feeling with this energy, but also a sense of at least you feel as though you're in the right in this situation. And there could be somebody here that just is not trying to clap for you, right? You can see the people clapping in the audience. Maybe somebody doesn't agree, and that's causing you a little bit of tension. Take it as it resonates. In the next position, we have challenges. You're the only air sign that got the Devil card. Actually, did any sign get the Devil card? I don't know if any sign got the Devil card for this series of readings, Aquarius, so lucky you. At least it's in reverse, but it's in the challenge position, so it's like you got it in the upright. Devil card is not an evil card. It simply talks about being kind of trapped in our own devices, is what I just heard. Trapped in our own devices. So you can see here at the base of this, there's a kind of an anatomical heart. I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost like, you know, the devil is the angel or the archangel, and the fallen angel. What do they call him? The fallen angel, the cast out angel, the devil. When we get the Devil card in a tarot spread, it's talking about something that is causing stagnancy, codependency, addiction, negative self-talk, negative vibration, a lot of addiction energy, gambling, drinking, drugs, overworking. That was for someone. Clarifying that energy is the Three of Swords. This is your challenge right now, right? The Three of Swords, and if it's in your challenge position, it's like you got it in reverse. Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. These are two of the toughest cards, right? Not the toughest, but This is the Devil is a major arcana card. It could simply represent a Capricorn in your life. Could be Capricorn energy. But the Three of Swords is a heartbreak card. But the idea of the Three of Swords is that we're going to eventually move to the Four of Swords, which is recuperation. So understanding, I like to say, I said it in an earlier reading, that it's like not all of your despair is written in stone. That if you look at it in a different way, it can dissipate, it can transmute, it can be healed, right? You might not necessarily forget, but you might forgive yourself, is what I just heard. It's like tell yourself another story. Rewrite the story of how you define this challenge. I'm going to ask Spirit for clarification because I want some more specificity. Can you clarify the Devil energy, Spirit, for Aquarius? Ten of Swords, Two of Wands. So clarifying the Devil energy, you got the Ten of Swords again in your suit, in the suit of air. In this card, in this representation, Ten of Swords, normally, I mean, I said, oh, these aren't the two worst cards. Well, these are kind of the two. Well, you know, we don't say any cards are bad or good, but like some are kind of more preferred than others. Ten of Swords can talk about massive disappointment, betrayal, backstabbing, gossiping, hurtfulness. But in this depiction, and there are two depictions in this deck, in this depiction, the Ten of Swords is like, you learned your lesson and now you're gathering some wisdom. The other card that jumped out was the Two of Wands, but you're waiting, right? You're waiting. It's almost like you're waiting for somebody to unravel you. And that's the challenge right now. You're waiting and waiting and waiting, and what you should be kind of facing off with yourself and your higher self. It's not about somebody else making you happy or being responsible for your happiness. As a whole flock of crows just like went by my window. A whole flock of crows just flew by my window. And I don't live very high. I live on the 3rd floor, so the onus can't always be on the other person, is what I just heard. In your strengths column, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is, you know, making a solid offer. It's very, very slow. Pentacles energy is earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Knights are kind of the teenagers of the tarot. They're kind of, they've got a lot of excitement and a lot of energy, but the Pentacles suit was very grounded, right? It's rooted in the real world. So it's not like divinely guided where spirit can be swift when they want to be swift. But it's rooted in the material world. So whenever we're dealing with Pentacles energy, it's like opportunities and connections and jobs and money and firm foundations and home life. So these are all things that human beings, with their free will, they influence these things. So the Knight of Pentacles is very slow. He does have a skeleton key around his neck. I just want to point that out there. But, and for me, that's significant just as a reader to you, because skeleton keys are representative of a connection with the divine higher self, your higher self, and you're connected to the divine. But I will note here that he isn't even riding this horse. And one of my candles just went out, so I'm going to light another one. Oops. Nope. Oh, there we go. So it went out on its own. It wasn't blown out. So he's not even riding his horse. Like, he's not in a rush. And so that's your strength right now, that whatever it is that you are trying to offer, there's no need to rush, because here's the Page of Wands. You're still kind of getting your footing. Page of Wands, the wand suit represents fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So kind of that, just like I had to light that candle, it's just the very first spark. It's just the ignition to further something that will sustain itself down the line. But we have to start somewhere. We have to start by building that fireplace. You know, having the kindling, the underbrush, the paper, whatever it is that you're going to use to stoke the fire. All of this kind of energy of just a small reaching out, a small kind of a slow and small gesture. But that's your strength right now, because Aquarians, because I just asked Spirit, like, why are you bringing this up, Spirit? And they just said, well, Aquarians are kind of larger than life. Indeed they are. Aquarians are known for being the CEOs, the entrepreneurs, along with Capricorn. So I don't know if this was a business partnership that, you know, we're talking about. This is a love reading, but it can talk about partnership in business. Maybe that didn't go so well, that Capricorn energy. So two kind of CEO energies kind of duking it out. I don't know. But right now, the strength would be to kind of, Spirit just said, slow your roll, slow your roll. Just slow way down. Kind of investigate the situation. You're going to build something and you're going to build it slowly, and that's okay. You might not be used to that. You might be used to now, get it done, get it done, get it done. And Spirit's saying, no, it's your strength right now is to be observant. Be observant. In your advice from Spirit, 4 of Cups in the upright, clarified by the 7 of Swords in the reverse. Here's the 7 of Swords in the upright, kind of waiting in the wings, right? But he's got all those swords. He's kind of waiting for his opportunity to make his great escape. The 7 of Swords can be a card of trying to get away with something. It's very sneaky energy. But it can also talk about a little bit of procrastination. And your advice from Spirit is, even though we want you to take things one step at a time, it doesn't mean that you should be apathetic or procrastinating. No procrastinating, because right now there is a sense of procrastination with kind of lifting yourself up off the ground from this disappointment. It's like maybe you're just like, well, this is all I have left. What is there to look forward to? But there's always, in the 4 of Cups, there's always one cup that the character can't see. That's the cup from Spirit. That's the new beginning, the Ace of Cups. So there's something now that you can't see, and Spirit is saying, open your eyes, be observant, get the lay of the land, get the lay of the situation, see what's going on. 7 of Swords in the upright can be a little bit of procrastination, right? What are you trying to get away with? What is that person trying to get away with? But what are you trying to get away with? In the reverse, it would just say, look, the time is now. We need to act, right? So with regards to this other connection, you might be keeping your cards close to your chest, but for yourself, don't be apathetic. Don't be apathetic. There's still work to be done in other areas of your life. And if this has to do with a romantic connection, you have to work on yourself. There's a sense of you have it, because there's some disappointment here that you might have to heal from. So Spirit is saying, kind of meditate, quiet the mind, pray about it, ask for guidance from your spirit guides. Because you got the Devil energy, right? The Devil energy showed up in your reading. It didn't show up for other people. It might have shown up for one person, one sign. But it's a pretty powerful energy. So that's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated with you. Let's pull the Oracle card for you. Ooh, that was very powerful. And the card is rotation. Rotation. There's this kind of big, fat, black spider in the middle of all this color. So is this shape around here, kind of its web. It doesn't look like a traditional web though. It's very methodical. Not that the spider's web is very methodical. Let's read from the book. LX. Rotation. The wheel, monotony, cycles. Rotatio is the great alchemical operations of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that work performed again and again and again produces results. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of their alchemical axiom, Etiam mutata resurgio. Although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through the images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin, just when we thought we had it all figured out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. This operation connects to the element of time. The alchemist learns how to use time like any other element, not to waste it, but to expand it and appreciate its gifts. So, right, this card, don't be apathetic, don't waste time. There's so much healing that needs to happen, and there needs to be some kind of movement towards something that is good for yourself in this card. So, sorry for that interruption. That's never happened before. Of course, I've only been doing this for a week, so you live and you learn, right? I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification if you would like to be notified of videos that I post. Thanks so much, Aquarius.